The trust and joy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, we'll wait for a few minutes because I know some people might want to jump in, but they might not be on me. So wait a minute. I know Yuki might want to join, but he's currently in Victoria. This is very pretty. Okay. Yeah, Yuki's almost finished Praetorium. Yeah. He's at the very end of the cross. No worries. I'll tell you what I did. Besides just doing random stuff, I can now play everywhere. Except for Elvis. Almost everywhere. I forgot about Elvis yesterday. I don't know how. Almost everywhere. about this guy now. Whilst we wait. This dude. Stuff. I'm not a fan, but at the same time, it kind of works. I'm glad that we get an option that's both like, I'm not saving you and I don't need your help. It's like we're instantly forgiving him and I would hope we wouldn't instantly forgive any of the crap that he did. Because he was the reason, like Van Daniel probably put most of the ideas in his head. Like, he was the reason for most of the Garlemald section and zone. So, yeah, and that stuck with me. That's still, a hard thing to get over. Like, that's a sticking point with me for many reasons. So I don't like that he's helping me, but I'll take it. I'll deal with him after, or just ignore him for all eternity. You know, either one works. We have a light party now. Okay, I think we're just waiting on Yuki. Oh, he's out. Sorry. We're good. I think. Oh, Yuki's gonna tank this. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Alright. I am not prepared. I am not ready for this, the final day. But we're going into the final day. Let me get back into my spot. I am ready. Hopefully this won't take long to pop. We've only got a few people left. Oh, there we go. Alright, incoming cutscenes. Assuming the DBS doesn't drop. Great. Remember that I have the Lily Bell. I keep forgetting I have that for some reason. It's like I have so much healing. I have heals on top of heals. Sea of the Stars, the final day. Oh. I just checked my stuff to make sure I was my voice, like I was recording. You know.
You will never reach it.
I'm fine.
Will never reach the deliverance you seek.
Cool. I always like that. It's always so cool. Release as a dance partner. Okay. We're just going straight into it. I have no idea. I'm waiting. Nope.
Our hunt ends this day. There is nowhere you can flee that we cannot follow.
Hush,
Even
Xenos. I'll
stars
deal with you
must
later.
die.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh. I'm fine. I'm alive. Somehow. Again. Ow. Oh god. Ah! Oh god. I'm gonna die. Amazingly, I'm not dead. The bell comes
Utterly
out.
futile.
Fucking god!
Your suffering is at an end.
Okay. I'm fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
This is a
Oh
kindness.
lord. Oh lord. Ah! Okay. Fun. Now what? They explode.
All of us
Okay.
have known despair.
Yeah. Oh, I got lucky there.
We have seen the end.
Ow! Am I dead? I'm dead! Ow! Excuse me. Can you not hurt me so much, please? Thank you. Thank you for pressing me, by the way. Also,
The same end. Again and again.
I'm gonna go all the way back here. Haha! I learned. I think I understand the planets now. Yeah. Just don't be near them. Okay. Haha!
A sorrow so deep only emptiness remains.
Oh god. What the fuck? Help? I don't, am I safe here? I'm not safe.
Tis so lonely between the stars.
Don't stand in the black goo. Ah! Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Ah! Ha! Oh god, oh god.
seen the end.
Well, the planets are out. Okay. They spin. Where they stop, no one knows. Ah! I can't see what I'm doing. I'm dead.
The same end. Again and again.
Ah! Oh, it's following me! No! Go away! Oh.
This is a kindness.
Okay. Stay. Right. And then away from them. It's gonna be a long fight.
All of us have known despair.
Get the lily out. I am overhealing, but they don't care.
If there was no happiness in life,
Oh god, what now?
there is only one place it may be found.
That's a big planet, man. Oh gosh, I cannot cast fast enough. Ah. Oh no. Oh no. Ow! I'm okay. I'm okay. Ah! Come on. Kill it. Done it.
Oblivion.
Okay. Putting this down. Ah! I'm so glad I put the healing bubble down.
Dynamis. No matter. You only delay the inevitable. This is fate. Your time has come. It always does.
Until oblivion is. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. What? Is that supposed to happen? Are we dead? I think we might be dead.
Light the way!
We're not dead. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is this defiance?
I can't be in amusement. I have to fight. Oh.
The hatred, the pain, the loss. We cannot suffer it again.
Oh my god, the music is going in. I love it.
We will stand against fate.
No matter the cost.
What the fuck?
We've been here before.
Ah!
Many a time.
Oh god.
Thus do we know.
To never give up.
The hope will shine again.
My boy. Ah! You stop with the bubble.
What we saw. What I saw.
Oh my god! This music, I can't handle.
It can only end in misery and desolation.
Oh my god, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you have the music change? Oh no!
No life, no soul,
Ah, I'm gonna
nor
die!
the universe itself.
Oh my god.
None should hope for better.
Oh my god. Ah! I'm dead! I knew the mechanics were gonna kill me. Ah. Oh my god, why?
If this was not the answer, then what is it? Where lies happiness?
Ugh. Ugh. Try not to cry all too much. I'll have a pleasant evening. Can I just stay dead on the floor? Can I just stay dead on the floor? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I loved it, but oh my god. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I want to do that again. I kind of want to do that again. What the hell is that like on extreme? Oh my god. I don't, you know, I'm not gonna question it. It's gonna be a nightmare, and at some point I'll find out what kind of a nightmare it will be. But for now, cutscenes. Many, many, many cutscenes. I have the tissues. Where's my second box? I don't know where my second box is, but my first box is nearby. Right. Meteon! I swear, Xenos, if you ruin this for me, I will absolutely destroy you. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. It's hard not... It's like the perfect opportunity for him to ruin this bloody moment.
No matter where we flew, there was only darkness and loneliness and pain.
Give her a hug. She needs it.
We couldn't find the answers Hermes yearned for. The answers he deserved.
Head pat. Hug her. Do one of the two.
Greetings, you who are my final encounter. I wish to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Yes, of course we can be friends. Yay! No.
Yes, I can see them. The memories of a long, long journey.
Aww.
So many people.
Oh, hey!
The
Hi,
thoughts
Jane!
of them overflowing
How's it
in your
going?
heart.
Yeah, keep them in handy is right. Thank you for popping in. Can I hug her? I want to hug her. She just needs a big hug.
What they live for. What gives their lives meaning. There was never a single answer.
There's too many answers.
You gather pieces of happiness, precious and fragile, only to lose them. Then start again. On and on it goes, until death takes you into its gentle embrace.
It's hard. I'm trying to hold back the tears.
That which Hermes sent us to find was there all this time. On Atheris.
It wasn't always there. Created it together.
Like a field of flowers, perhaps. At first a single blossom. It spreads and takes on more colors. Thank you for guiding me here. To find these words at journey's end fills me with joy. And so, before I fall forever silent, there is one thing I must do.
That be...
No expression of regret will undo what my sisters and I have done, or restore what we have stolen. But if you would allow it, I would sing one last song. A song of the newfound joy that swells in my heart. Of the beauty of light when it shines across a dark and starless sea. of a dream. That from the soil of worlds now lost to sorrow, life will spring forth once more, nourished by gentle rains and caressed by uplifting winds. A song of hope.
She's such a precious bean. I love her.
One day, life will fill the universe again, and Hermes will see this and smile.
Yeah, of
How,
course
I
he
do
will.
not know. But I do know that where there is a will, there is a way. After all, miracles happen every day. Do they not?
They do indeed. I'm
I will
worried of
create a path
Xenos.
back to your ship, where your dear friends await.
I'm worried about Xenos. He is now just vanished. I swear to God if he ruins this. I swear.
Hold in your heart your desire to return to them.
I'll throw my computer out the
Then follow
window.
my lead and walk forth. That hope will surely guide you true.
I'm waiting for Xenos to ruin this. I'm waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen. I know he's gonna pop out of the fucking woodwork at some point. There he is.
You mean to return to the world where you are hailed as a hero?
Mm-hmm. There he be. Called it. Go away.
Hear me then. Not as a hero, but as simply you.
What?
As I learned in Alamigo, you are a formidable foe.
Mm-hmm.
Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my all to bear. I need burn through the candle of my life. This is the sole pleasure I know. And it is the sole pleasure I have to share.
Good for you. I have no place for it. Go away.
And so I come before you to issue challenge and offer singular bliss. If you wish to walk away, I will not stop you.
Mm-hmm. You're too
You
dangerous to
value
be left
life.
alive.
You do not burn yours save for reasons you deem worthy. Reasons such as those which brought you here. The salvation of a world and its people. The motives of a hero true.
Mm-hmm.
But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. As surely as you know the thrill of pushing your body and soul to their limits. Of confronting ever mightier foes, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void.
I don't need filling of the void, Xenos. You're the only one that needs it. I don't need it. Thank you.
Such pleasures you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, adventurer?
What are my options? That I cannot deny. Think what you will, but I'm not letting you leave this place. I kind of like the second one. I've had enough of you. It ends here. Oh, line 2 and 3. Oh, it's a tie. Oh, it's a tie. 1 or 2. Sorry. Oh, they're all really good. They're all really good, but 2 and 3 are... Think what you will, but I'm not letting you leave this place. Yeah, no, I'm not letting you. Go away. I'm getting rid of you, here and now.
So you would still play the hero?
Yes, because that's what I am,
No matter.
dickhead.
In acceptance, you betray your deception. You know full well what we are and what we seek. To shine incandescent in death's shadow.
Are the voices really low, or is that just me? Did I accidentally turn my thing there? I did. Oh god, here we go. Okay, I'm going at him with my white mage, because look, well, I'm not gonna beat him as my tank. There's no way. I really would love to try it, but I'm not gonna fool around with you. End him, lol. I plan to. Oh god, this is gonna be tough. An event, okay, oh god. I can't do anything. Oh, 6 stacks of hope. What's that do? Like a limerick? Burning with dynamis, shaped by memory of your journey and exceeding your own limits. Okay. It's healing me. Oh, okay. I mean, thanks, game. I'm a healer. I don't need heals, but you know, thanks, I guess.
Hold nothing back! Push yourself to your limit and me to mine!
Yep.
Ha! Still fighting you, I see.
Oh, so he's using all of Shinryu's abilities. I was wondering. I recognize half of these. Oh, damn it.
Show me your vaunted fortitude.
Sure. Wait for it. Boom. Haha. Oh my god.
Soon you will know the full extent of my
Really?
power.
Fine.
Mine for the taking.
Oh god. Ow! Yeah, using it.
Mine for the taking.
Oh my god. Heal. Oh god. Over here. Over here. Wait for it. Haha!
A test of your reflexes. A test of your reflexes.
Ow. Jesus is on the way. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Ah!
Mine for the taking.
Man. Can you move, please?
Have you no rage left for me? No rancor?
Oh my god, please. Did I fail? No, good. Thank you. Oh god. Oh no. Shit.
A test of your reflexes.
Oh shit. Ah shit.
Did you
Ah!
not wish to take my head?
Yeah. Come on. Stay here. Hurt.
A test of your reflexes.
Here. Wrong way.
Mine for the taking.
Let's use the bloody stuff. Yes. Okay. Here.
Mine for the taking.
I'm auto attacking him. Get away. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not doing this as a tank.
A test of your reflexes.
I got it. Oh god.
A test of your reflexes.
Away.
off.
Ha!
Ah, my soul! How it burns!
I know this is not over. I know this. Oh no, I'm in the wall! Shit! Oh god. Oh boy.
I know the inferno swelling within.
Boy. Round 2?
Come! Let all creation be consumed by our ravenous fervor! I have you!
Oh god! Oh god!
Do not tell me your life's fire is already spent.
How are you supposed to survive that?
Yes! Yes! Rise once more! It mustn't end yet!
Oh my god, he has more health! Yeah, I knew it, I knew it. Oh my god, what? What? Oh, bitch. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Stop your reflexes! I have you!
Oh god, you know you don't. Just keep moving, just keep moving. Oh god, that's not good. Wait.
A test of your reflexes!
Put a shield on myself.
Show me your vaunted fortitude!
Ah. Shit!
Have I overestimated your potential?
Shut up, Xenos.
Mine for the taking!
Oh my god.
I have you!
No! Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Okay. Here. Wait. Move. Oh god. Okay.
Mine for the taking!
Frick off. Keep moving. Moving is good. Moving is safety. Ah! No! No!
A test
No.
of your reflexes! I have you!
No! You're nothing! Ah! In bubble.
A test of your reflexes!
Oh, frick. Ah! Ow!
Did you not wish to take my head?
Okay, he's almost there. Unless he has a third phase. In which case, I'm screwed. Please don't have a third phase.
Show me your vaunted fortitude!
Oh, get away. Okay. Shield. Your... In. Gain.
A test of your reflexes!
Off with your tests. I hate your tests. Go away. I don't want
I
them.
have you!
No. No, you do not. You have nothing. I don't trust anything. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Ah! for it. It's not over. It's not over. Why is it not over?
Not yet. Not until the last of me is spent.
Why is it not over? This is not fair, game.
This is my moment. Our moment.
Oh god. Come on! Come on! Please be dead now. Oh boy. Ow. Yes! Punch him in the face! Yes! Oh god. Smack him! Smack him good! Oh god. At least this is cutscenes. Come on. Punch him in the face! Yeah! Ultimate punch! If I was a monk, that would have been brilliant. Oh. My monk isn't high enough. He barely felt that punch. It's so cool. I love it. Hate it, but love it at the same time. Do you want another punch to the face? Because I will gladly give it. I will punch you so many times. Good. I think he's done. Sigh of relief.
That I should lose again.
Of course you've lost again. You lost to me once before. What made you think the second time was going to be any different? Can't get my monk up to level 92. Could you imagine if that was a requirement? You had to have a monk at level 90 to beat him. Oh boy. And I'm spent. I'm okay, I'm a healer. I'll heal myself. It's fine.
Never have I understood those around me. Understood their obsessions.
Alright. It was auto-scrolling, so I was wondering if it was going to continue.
Besieged by their banality, the world is a mire of tedium and trivialities. But in these fleeting moments, there is a spark. Blinding, brilliant. Gone too soon.
Ugh. You
What
dead
of
yet?
You, my mirror, born into this world, bestowed name, bid to seek out strife and adventure.
Oh. Do I have an option here? Again? I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm just gonna catch 40 winks. That's okay. What the fuck? Sorry, it's the Waking Sands!
Was this life a gift
Am I dying?
or
Am
a
I
burden?
Am I dying? Is this my life flashing before my eyes?
Did you find fulfillment?
Am I dead? No! I want to go on a date with Graha! It's... I don't care about you. I want to go on a date with Graha. I want to stay alive. I have too much to live for. Come on. Me, my character. Please say that's Meteon. And she's gonna heal me. Oh, it's a little teleporter thing. Bye, Xenos. It's nice knowing you. Enjoy the empty void of space.
Can you hear him? Safe. Must tend to.
Oriange? I hear voices.
Open your. Please.
It's Graha.
Someone, and.
Please.
Trying to bring me back. Oh no, Ali's crying! No! Don't do that to me. I can't handle that.
You can't leave us! Not like this! If you do, I'll never forgive you. So come on! Open your eyes and get up!
I'm awake. I'm alive. Credits.
Are you with us?
I think so.
Oh, thank the heavens. For a moment we thought...
Oh, don't cry, please. Is everyone alright? Am I really alive? Nope. Always everyone else before myself.
After what you've done, you're the last person to be asking that.
Oh no!
You... How can you keep your promise if you're not here?
Another fine show you've put on, my friend.
A fine show indeed. What were you thinking? Fighting alone? Never do that again. My poor heart couldn't bear it.
Put yourself in our place. If you hadn't returned, how do you think we would feel? And if that sounds harsh, it's because we care.
No.
We tended to thy wounds as best we could. But how is the pain?
I'm fine.
That is gladdening. Grievous as thine injuries were, however, I would counsel repose for a time.
Gladdening!
I'm gonna get an earful.
There's nothing gladdening about this.
What do you say?
When Meteon appeared in here and told us that you were right behind her, we all got our hopes up. But you never came. And when you finally deign to appear, you're within an ilm of your life.
I'm being given out to.
Damn you! Damn you for making us worry!
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get my ears getting chewed off here.
Anyway, well, the important thing is that you're all alive and in reasonably good health, and we mean to get you back that way. As for your earlier request, I'm quite certain we're in range to make contact now.
Ah, excellent. Let us announce our return at once. I hope you're ready.
Wait, what? Ready for what? What are you doing?
While you were unconscious, we set out from Ultima Thule, you see. Can you stand? If so, you may wish to see what's outside.
I can try. Ah!
We're home, my friend. We're home.
I'm fine. I feel like I'm going to sneeze though. Oh, the skies are clear, so that's good. Oh my gosh. Alpha!
Is that?
Oh boy.
It is! It's the Ragnarok! They're back!
Thank heavens. Truly.
They've done it!
Welcome home.
Yes!
The zombies gone running. They're all running. No. And she's gone.
Welcome home!
Aww. Oh, the big ass ship now. Oh god. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. What a journey. I'm presuming there's more after credits. What did I think? It's fucking amazing. Absolutely incredible. They took my expectations were like, I don't know where, and then they went Phoom! As they always do. As they always do. My god. Also, the tune crushed you? I imagine. I can imagine. I mean... I think it's crushed a part of me too. Forever scarred by this. But where do we go from here? What's after this? I know. The Endwalker. Ugh. Graha sacrificing himself again. That was hard. I knew that was going to be hard. It's freaking beautiful. It was amazingly beautiful. Ugh. Are we going to go through all of the expansions? Because I'm noticing around ARR stuff. There's Gaius and his gold armor. Are we going to go through all the expansions? Is this why the credits are like the longest? Thancred in his old outfit. This is where we learned that he's secretly been taught in the ninja skills. Freaking love the music in this game. Freaking love it. Even the ARR stuff. All of the music is exceptional. All of the characters and the character growth and the character blah. Oh, everyone needs to play this game, I feel like. This game is an experience. Game. Mimbrita! The hug from Mimbrita's parents to Oriange broke me a little as well. That was so sweet. That was so sweet. Even thinking on it, I'm tearing up. It's just like they knew what he needed was just a big hug, and they gave it to him. You haven't done much after the MSQ so far. Needed time to... yeah. I've done a lot of the side quests. I guess after MSQ, I guess the raids, and stuff are coming soon. They're the next thing on my to-do list. The story's there. After that, maybe dip my toes into the extreme, see how they are. I don't know, go with the flow, see... leveling my ults is like my primary objective. There's some stuff to do right away for you. You'll see. I can't wait. I'm guessing there's an after credit scene, and I imagine there has to be. There absolutely has to be an after credit, because there's always an after credit scene. There is always an after credit scene. So Alfie, collect them firewood like a good boy. Like a good lordling. Some part of me wishes I could go back to playing this game blind and experience all of Heavensward, ARR, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers all over again, because I would do it. I'd do it. Like, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't that be nice just to do it all again, fresh in your brain? You have no, you know nothing about the story or the characters. You just get to fall in love with this world again, and obviously you get to fall in love with the characters again. Oh, to be a Sprout again. I know, Sprouts have it too good. Sprouts have it way too good. They grow up too fast. that's why I say to people that are like sprouts, don't rush the game. Like, don't feel like you have to catch up. Because you don't. You really don't. Endgame, getting to endgame is all that. It is great and all, but don't do it. Don't rush it. Because when you get here, you're in the waiting queue for the next patch or next expansion. It's just, it's a new kind of hell. It's a new kind of hell. Take your time. There's no rush. Right? There's no rush. The game isn't going anywhere. Never apologize for watching a cutscene. Take your time and enjoy your journey. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I remember having to skip cutscenes in ARR. I remember when I first played through this game, it was before Heaven's Word, and I had to skip the cutscenes in Praetorium. Because I was told by my friends at the time that if you didn't skip the cutscenes that you'd be kicked from the duty. There's one for you. So I had to watch them in my in-room afterwards. I didn't see all of them as I went through. I had to watch them back afterwards. Yeah, it's a thing that happened. Lies. What do you mean lies, Yuki? Yeah, back before they were unskippable. Stories where suckers started. I mean, what can you say about this game but the fact that it is absolutely a fantastic game? It's a journey, and one that I'm happy to be a part of. I love the journey that I've gone on, and I love the game that took me on this journey. I can't wait for 10 more years of it. They skip all the story to get to the end and get to get in and make their videos, you know. It has something for everyone, it does. There's loads of stuff in this game that's not story stuff. Like, you got people putting on plays, you got nightclubs, you got people role-playing different events, you got cafes, you've got housing decoration is a thing in and of itself. Like, if you have a pretty house and you want to show it off, there's like places to do that. No, I expected to be crying. That's why I bought tissues. I can't say I wasn't expecting that the story would hit me. Like, that's the whole reason I went and bought tissues, like 2 boxes of tissues. was one of the main reasons. Was I knew that there was going to be, I knew the story was going to get there. I knew I had a feeling I would be crying by the end of this game. I mean, if some people want to do like speed runs and get to the like there's the rating and like the day one clears and stuff, or world first clears, then I've not there's nothing wrong with that. But some of those people that skip to get that world clear and to get to the extremes, they have alts on different servers that they then go back and do the story afterwards. So I mean, they get to experience both. They just decide which path they go down. As I say, as the saying goes, there is something for everyone in this game. There's no wrong path. There's no wrong way to play this. Some people don't like story and just like the raiding and the extreme content, which is fine. Like, they don't like the story. They don't want to know. They don't care about it. You get people. And you get people that really care about lore, and people that massively get invested in story and stuff. Want to watch a video about how Rome doesn't exist? No. Oh, you're going to watch a video. Okay. I thought you said, did I want to watch a video on how Rome doesn't exist? I was just basically like, what? Enjoy your video. I know some people hate Stormblood, but I don't hate Stormblood. I like Stormblood. Stormblood, it's not, it was towards the end more so that I started to really get invested into Stormblood, but I liked the expansion. Hated Asahi. As soon as, I had a feeling he'd backstab me as soon as I saw his face, but you know. And then he backstabbed me, and I'm like, nah, I knew it. Why did I have hope that things could be different? So you made me sad. Like, why couldn't see you and Gesetsu just live happily together? It's like, why? such a good theme. I love Tsukiyomi. I'm rocking out, lol. Yeah, literally this is it. We're listening to really good music and just having a chill all the time. It's fun. Oh god, Shadowbringers. Where my pain and suffering became... It was... just... ugh. So much pain was the first. Our first moon bun, I know. She's best bun. She's best bunny. And then Fea. I loved Fea. Fea. Beul is my king, lol. Irene. I'm so happy we went back to the first. Like, I didn't think we would. I didn't think the first would be a place that we'd venture back to. But we did, and I freaking love that we did. I loved going back there for the MSQ. Getting to see all the characters again, come back into the MSQ and be like, hey, how are you doing? It's good to see you, kind of thing. I loved it. I loved it. And I loved everything about this game. Realizing, oh yeah, I've said that too much. Oh yeah, this is a scene that broke me in Shadowbringers. I thought Tancred was dead. I was tearing up and being like, Tancred, don't die! I still think to this day the words that we did not hear were I love you in that speech that he was saying about Minfilia. Emmett and Amara. It's watching the other people react to it then, yeah. I remember going onto many people's streams. I think I watched one of the VODs of going through that scene and being and knowing the outcome and then kind of giggling as they're crying, going ha 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 ha. Yes, this is what I felt too. It's fun, right? The best moments are when you go back and you watch other people go through the pain and suffering and be like, watch their reactions to it. Be the exact same as yours. The most epic scene in Shadowbringers is still Arbert giving you that axe. No one that wrecks us slow. Absolutely. It's always to the ones, it's always to the scenes where there's soul-crushing despair that I go to as well. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I want to be like, I need to see what their reaction to what this is or that is. Like, I'm probably going to watch people go through Endwalker now, then, like, at least through it. Now and then through MSQ, that's like one of the main things I'm going to do is watch VODs. I've been avoiding people's streams because of spoiler reasons. So now I don't have to avoid them anymore. Ah, Lidibus. I love this fight. I love the music. I love the fight. I loved it. I still do. See a sacrifice. Such a good trial. Oh, Sato. Hey, Holly. How's it going? How are you? Have you been enjoying Endwalker like I have? I'm wrecked. Honest to God, I am wrecked. I am absolutely wrecked. The tissue box is empty. There are no more tissues. There are never enough tissues in the world for MSQ. Never. Oh, this is such a beautiful theme. You loved it? Good. Hit me like a bus. Yeah. Sounds about right. It feels like I've been hit by a bus. It feels like it. I have to say, I did hate Fortuno at the start of this, and now I like him. So, he grew on me. He grew on me. It hurts, but and I love it. Cried all the way through Elpis. Oh. Elpis was amazing. Stop. The fact that we got to do the dungeon with Emmett, Hyphadeus, and Vanna. I could not, through that entire dungeon, I was just watching their reactions and their banter. I was like, so distracted. His eyes, I know! Hyphadeus' eyes are so pretty! You could get lost in them. Graha's still my best boy. He's still bestest boy. He will never be replaced. I will never replace Graha. He is mine. I claim him. But yeah, I saw a lot of love for Hyphadeus. And you know something? I love him too. I love him. I love him and Emmett. Or should I say Hades? More so. Haha, for me too, lol. The leopards. I still love that cutscene where Puddingway is just walking towards us, hands out, going, Pudding. And then he's just in search for pudding. It's so cute. I loved it. This game had so many funny moments and so many heartwarming moments. It's just too many. Like pudding way. Yeah. Oh. The scene in Razahan after we came back from the moon, that was savage. Oh my god, that was so savage. There he is. There's the our beautiful eye boy. We need a pudding walkamote. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Mitian is so precious. I love her. I loved her. She is so precious. I thought for a second that she's just a little creepy, asking me to be friends. And then when she spoke into my mind, I was like, oh, it's just she's trying to speak normal. Aww. And then I found her cute and adorable, and I didn't want anything bad to happen to her. And then we had to go and rescue her. Not defeat her, we had to go and rescue her. I loved Highland Sides personally. All of them looked stunning. Yeah, purple eyes, I guess. No. Yeah, I think it's just the purple. I think they're gorgeous. Yeah, all of them are gorgeous. I'll say it again, Garlemald scared me. That entire section of Garlemald literally destroyed me. I was both in panic and hyperventilating and crying and all of the emotions. How I went through so many. It was crazy. Endwalker was all of the emotions. All of them. You had happiness, anger, despair, sadness, grief, panic, just everything. You just had everything. Zodiark's fight was very much a fun fight. I wasn't expecting to fight Zodiark so early in the game. Oh boy. Let's just get it out of the way, I thought Anima was going to be the trial. If I'm being brutally honest, I thought Anima was going to be the first trial. How wrong was I? Primals aren't up to our level anymore. Gods are. Divine deities and gods. But now that we surpassed them, what else is left? Oh, there's so much good music. How is there so much good music in this expansion? How? Are we past all the pictures? Does anybody know how much left of the credits there is as well? That's another question. No, I'm sorry, I have too many of them. Did some work again for the game. Oh, well, of course he did. Right, yeah. I wonder if he worked on anything other than, like, did he work on other stuff as well? Be curious. I don't know when the camera is set. Fix yourself. Hey, my character from the Scions. Us getting off the ship. Charlie, I'm guessing. Warrior Flight Amber Fire. Screenshot, get ready. Oh no, I missed it. That's fine. I'll watch it. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it 100 times.
Dearest mother. Dearest father.
Oh boy.
This letter will be the very last that I write to you from the Rising Stones. As I commit these words to parchment, I fondly recall my journey as a scion. From the time I first walked into the Order's former halls, to the time I set forth to forestall the final days.
Fast forward 10 years later.
At the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, we fought the battle of our lives. Fought against despair itself. A veritable maelstrom of it, fed by the resignation that dwelled in the hearts of beings not so unlike ourselves. Full oft have I harbored the same malaise. Have I been brought to my knees, crushed by the weight of sorrow and defeat, convinced that I will never rise again. However, I have also known many moments of unbridled joy and happiness. By this truth do I find hope within, blooming resplendent, like the Elpis flower. And thus do I endure. Do I look forward to creating more memories with my friends and loved ones. For from these fertile seeds, yet more hope shall spring forth. And they will grow to become shining lights that illuminate the dark.
Ooh. Or did I just meet it?
Thus believing, I leave the rising stones behind, as will my comrades.
We do?
For, as we have decided, after careful deliberation...
We have decided on what?
We are disbanding the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
What? What? What?
There you are, Alphino.
We're disbanding? No! What? I gotta keep going, don't I? Oh, God.
Everyone is already gathered in the foyer.
My apologies. I'll be right there. At least, that is what the story will be.
What? What? Please. Don't play with my emotions, Alfie. Oh God, my face is a mess.
Sorry to keep you all waiting.
What could you possibly have left to do now?
Oh, just a letter.
I imagine it will be a while before we can gather like this again.
So it must be, if we're to keep up appearances. From now on, it falls to the Grand Company of Eorzea and its allies to deal with the realm's crises.
Meanwhile, we shall return to our erstwhile ways. Retreating from plain sight to take our place in the shadows once more.
Indeed. For the foreseeable future, I expect that we must work independently as we seek out problems that want for solving.
So we are splitting up, technically.
But a day will come when we face another great challenge, and we will face it together, as we always have.
As much as I look forward to that day, I do hope it doesn't come anytime soon.
Well,
We have 2
formal
years
association
before
or no,
7.0.
if any of you should require my services, you need but ask.
So yeah, 2 years is all you'll have to wait, I'm sure, Cryo. 2 years' time, we'll have another crisis. And it'll start all over again, I'm sure.
I'll be glad to keep my lance arm honed.
I'll hold you to that. So you had better keep your link pearl on hand.
So you really mean to stay, Tataru?
2 years and we'll get to... What? Wanderlust. I don't know if I read that wrong. I don't know. What? Yes. So Tartar's staying?
Oh, someone has to keep the Rising Stones in proper order. And even a super-secret organization requires a super-secret base of operations.
Oh boy.
To the rest of the world, it will be naught more than a workshop for Eorzea's foremost up-and-coming artisan. If you thought our coffers were full to bursting before, just wait till I can devote myself wholly to the crafts.
Oh boy.
Plotting to build a mercantile empire to rival that of Lord Lodorito, are we?
I, for one, look forward to your future successes, Tataru. As do I our next meeting.
Do I gotta go on a date with Graha? Please, please, please. It's long overdue. Give me a date with Graha. Please.
And with that, I believe it is past time you all made ready to depart. Leave no preparations undone or words unsaid, all right? Now, off with you.
But I don't want to go. Oh, sweet God. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. There's a lot of people to talk to. There's a lot of people to talk to. Right, quick break, because I need to use the bathroom real quick. So, where's my BRB screen? There it be. Alright, be right back. trying to check what blue quests I might have available. Word of warning, I am horrible at reading, and I'm gonna start with Oriange because he's going to be a pain in my behind. And I'm gonna leave, Where's, I'm assuming Graha is around here. Yeah, he's over there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna say Graha to last, like I always do. Best boy for last. Or are these voice acted? That would be great. Nope. Amber, thou hast spoken with, comrades? No. Not all of them. To this parting is forevermore this nevertheless occasion for sorrow, akin to the pixie path. The navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loperites embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Theris. Thus do our lunar visitors convey with the form intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, I of the Loperites hath graceful dispersed across our land, disperse across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love, and for all things born of this star. And it is Vanna's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this processible exuding curiosity of theirs. I've got to run, finish up work, but congratulations, Endwalker. Welcome to the post MSQ ASD Club. Thank you, Jane. Thank you. I have a bit more, obviously. I have to talk to everybody here, but yeah. I'm essentially waiting for 7.0 to come out now. Or 7.1 to come out. I'm sure there'll be story with patches, at least I'd hope so. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for them their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? I'd call it friendship. You are the first to truly understand them. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. They do. For it's certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. Aww. But I shall digress no further. This day belonged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn. To mine incapable comrades, oft times hath mine sight caused thy grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I stand. No amount of words can express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thou instead I offer my humble support, be it onto the deepest abyss or to the highest heavens, even if I needs founder cross stormy seas, I shall ever answer thy summons. Oh God. Ember, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. When due to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we recently received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears this situation in gravest of lands surrounding the bounty where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the north, in Garlemald, and the frozen lands beyond. I also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was in the area in the Northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlea too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beings may still be roaming about, but these localized cries should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle at their own. The science will no longer be needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals. No more of this other business stuff. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. Oh. There, we're among the worst of affected, and still in need of help. All the help they can get. It won't be easy, and in valiant part of aiding those in need is coming to face with tragedy, knowing that knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That I'll curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every last soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of our many moments of triumph, and the accompanying determined expression. Even those with still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble again. When she gets older, she's gonna step on me. She's gonna smack me when I get on her nerves, literally. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best. Aww. Looking forward to hearing the legend of Alice Levior. Think you can keep up with me? No, the first one. No, not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved. So don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Okay, I know where Alfie and Allie are. They're both going to grow, so I'll talk to Kyle. Oh, Amber, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches and pains? Can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultatune. But he came to me and Charlie, and I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced me to decide. Forced to make a decision. I reasoned that if he would be determined from seeking you out, he might as least aid us in our cause. And so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier excursions. But knowing the state you were in when you were found in, it couldn't have been ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express my remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. I won't lie. I thought that was it for me. No, it's fine. I'm over it. I'm a healer. I can heal myself. It's fine. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inaccurate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the form without my nerves getting the better of me. I always fell upon you and the others. I will do better. And I shall begin by restoring the students of Baldesion. Through their work, Shallian will strengthen its ties with other nations, and that we may be better prepared to face whatever threat arises in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the sturdest help of Raha and Uka and our other remaining members. Together, we will continue Grandfather's work. Graha's going back to Sherlian then. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locations, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such time, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel allure of the task itself. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shall hasten to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Okay, Alfie's next. Oh, Amber, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been tending to the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavour to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set our minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alize and I are off to assist with the Garlemald recovery, you see, though uncertain remains over what will become of the nation. We can't well leave the capital in its present state. We'll be rejoined with those members of the Ilsgard contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helmed the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. Then we'll be gladly be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek to seek redemption for the falling of Lucia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because, in truth, Lord quotes us his words. In truth, that whatever ideals individuals may impose, nations are not moved by actions unless they stand to belief. Blah. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both the international and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingents, with greater power involved in the relief efforts, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, I seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts and what we might better help them to begin anew. I'll visit when I can. You'd best write to me too. I'll visit when I can. By all means, full glad will I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alize as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you have been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have I have we gathered to share tidings none could possibly keep count. The world is changing, and we continue to do so. Yet, no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look upon you, in good times and in bad, as dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Amber, from the bottom of my heart. No. Oh, it's cute. I'm guessing we'll talk to Tartar in a second. Right, Estinian, what are you getting up to after this? Oh god, the goofy music. Oh god. I'm copying him. Oh. We're having a staring competition. Oh no. If you have something to say, then out with it. I'm worried how you'll earn your keep now. I'm wondering if it's they're both the same question. Well, they're not. One's how I'll earn my keep, and then worried about his. I'm not worried about myself. I'll be fine. Just worried about how you'll earn your keep. Yeah. You talk as if the science, the solution was more than a mere pretense. There may be a few calls into action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Interment district. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who is it he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment and have. Some days ago, our Harnish envoy, with word from Vitra, the worm, requested my presence as soon as things have settled here. I didn't to mention why. Oh, he didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it partakes to dragons, like as not. In Thavner, like elsewhere, the phenomenon was caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteon. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Charlian, most of them have already returned home. Blah. But many do not have homes to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls must remain in Charlian if they wish to work and study. Vitra was always the satrap in truth. Its grieving to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people if the envoy tome was any indication. I offered to find myself speaking favorably of the dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assured his benevolence hid under motives, but it is clear he cares about his people, and they in turn revive him. To such a nation may flourish is comforting. Feature's kin sought release from conflict, so weary of their suffering it wrought them sundered to oblivion. But Midgardsormr didn't give up. In hopes he had journeyed to the distant Aetheris with a clutch of eggs. And though his prodigy went on to implore the conflict of men, there were times when they transformed hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might have never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Aww, Stinian. Okay, Tancred, I'm ready. Hit me. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more seeming in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours. And the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear. You were in a bad way, and healing magics are known. I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, it's hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to outish me. Oddish? Look at what we've accomplished. Meteon defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the source and her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, and all hope would have been lost, but you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. Aww. As of the lesser gift, however, the next time I see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travels plans with Oriange as aimless wanderings. We've proposed in our roamings, after all. Keeping an eye on things in the absence of the science on the world stage. There's never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where and when we can. Which, I suppose, is an approach not far removed from aimless wanderings. When you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well, and leave it at that, eh? Not to mention this feeling is being uprooted. I never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. I know, same here. How many times have we set out from this base, thus to return when our work is done? On the day the Scions come together, I only hope Minfilia to find a place where she belongs. But never did I expect to find one here myself. Indulge me, Amber. I have a question for you. And imagined Minfilia just herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I've ever made. There's never been a dull moment, that's for certain. That's one way of putting it. In many ways, the experience has left us far stronger than when we began. Well, good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you be needing a helping hand in the infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny talking fortune teller into the bargain. Oh my god. Salvation of Minfilia's dream for Eorzea comes closer to reality at every step the Scions take. Yes, the world may be in the throe of change, but it is improving. I see it happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new roads you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. Should you need rest in between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake. Are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I'm averse in the moment to quiet romance. In fact, there is something I've been meaning to ask you. something that has been in my mind since the flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of odious and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain established facts, the history of Atheris and the ancients, glimpsed by the A, and their civilization and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in mind, I wonder if I should not be discerning them in formal records for wiser consumptions? You thinking of writing a book, Y'shtola? When needed, I have penned reports and prepared findings, but ever have I baked in the idea of blending the subject of my stories into a book or tablet. Truth is given shape in interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invaluably moved in fit narrative, no matter how well intentioned the reader render. An event as is described as sad, a psalm which falls to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have debatably embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar excitation shortcomings, piling upon one upon another, until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account of my own words would be akin to stifling fine wine in water. Yet even if the potential for corrupting the meaning, I do, of course, realize that imparting the importance of keeping written records without them in search of wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon these experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Blah 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 blah. Aye, let them read and remember. Nay, it's not enough to hold them in our memories. No. Let them read and remember. It's always a good idea. Very well then. I shall endeavour to pen what I can of the era and the ancients, and of so many other wonders. I am no scribe, and will be less polished work than more recording of scattered notes. In any case, I feel better for having sought your opinion. Left to my own devices, we tend to overthink such things. Oh my god, so much reading. Oh my god. I will otherwise return to the following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown and struggle with some interminable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. Jesus. Words. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than yours, most. Oh. Okay. Ooh, we're done. Okay. Last one. Also, I've noticed that the MSQ isn't on. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Graha. Can we have that date now? Sorry, I ask you to... Yeah, our date to Ishgard. You wanted me to show you around, right? You promised. Oh, Amber. Might you have a moment to talk? As a science stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I'll be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Baldesi. Not only am I indebted to Master Gauf for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never became a scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. Oh, it's fidgeting! For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way into our doorstep. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together. Aww. Unlike any we've experienced before. Whenever you have the time and the inclination, my friends, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Do you recall in the realm of the Orcons when I asked if you thought I might someday be mentioned in your epic? Well, 'tis true that I earned a place at your side. Would be the stuff of dreams. Precious boy. In the end, nothing gave me greater joy than to stand with you in the end. In the here and now. You needn't be on some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whenever Venture calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope you will do the same for me. Without a second thought. As long as you actually don't know without a second thought. Hug, hug, hug. Huh, I'll hold you to that. As much as I've already seen, there is still so much we haven't. Who knows, perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Orcrums somewhere out there. Oh, like Omega? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. After all, given how they took to the stars, it is impulsive that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler waiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner, find a new purpose, a new dream. For if the crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not the Orcans? Whatever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Yeah, I knew Tartar would be the last person I'd speak to. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking of sending everyone off. Leave the rising stones. I don't wanna. Oh my god. Damn it. With your permission then. I don't wanna. I know I said yes, but I changed my mind. I don't want to do it anymore. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. I can't even read. In my capability as receptionist, I bid you your safe journeys. Until next we meet, be well. I could just decline. And then I would never leave. I don't want it. Oh, completing a quest was never so hard.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
I have no idea where I'm going next. Can I come with E? Can I just stay together?
Dravania, There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlia before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loperids. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Radzat Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
What about me? Where am I going? I don't want to go, guys. I don't want to. Oh my god, the music is stopping.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
Oh, don't ask. I don't know.
Quite right.
Oh god.
Indeed. Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Oh, I thought there was a decision coming up. I was like... Finn! Stand tall, our journey will never end. Stand tall, my friend, your journey will never end. Oh my god.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Is that who I think it is?
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night, the beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as she foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Is that Liddy? Is that Lidibus? Please have Pandemonium be, like, voice acted. Please. Please. You have completed the MSQ. Congratulations! You are now in waiting hell. You are now quest to unlock new content is now available in Old Charlian. Additionally, you may now use the trusts to enter the dead ends as NPCs avatars to use. Yeah. Rest well, champion of Atheris. For many and more adventures await you. The chorus might ring for all. I can go back in here. Oh, but there's nobody here now, right? Oh my god, this is so weird. Oh my god, it's so weird not seeing anyone here at all. What do you say now? Oh, you're back. Did you forget something? So to see how I was faring? Aww. That's so sweet. Rest assured, everything is fine right now. I'm working on a new product that's bound to fly off the shelves. It's getting a bit lonely here, but like you and some familiar faces occasionally drop by. In addition to such visitors, I make a point in keeping our place as nice and clean. Time has already passed. Okay. Oh my god, so many. Right. Let's go down here. So many moves. Ah, there's the Wandering Minstrel. Oh, there we go. Go on, so unlock them. Gotta get them. Get them unlocked. The Minstrel's Barret, Zodiac's Fall. Okay. Next. Idolin? Minister Bugs, Highlands Call. Zodiac's Fall, Highlands Call. Love it. Okay. Well, there's the extremes out of the way. Guessing they're here. Oh god. Okay, so 560. Oh god. They're both 560 gear level. Okay, cool. That's the gear I need. That's the gear I'll get. What item level am I at now? Okay, it's just these that need to be upgraded then. That'll get me up to it. It's fine. Right, where's the other blue quest? Yeah. Jamming way. Where no Loperetta's gone before. Okay, this looks like it's gonna unlock a dungeon, right? And then where's the this one over here is hunts, I'm guessing, so I'll get that right now. I hate that it gives me XP. Right, I'll wait on that then. Cutting the cheese. What that? What be that? Panic-stricken Loperette. Oh god, there's the other one. There's the other optional dungeon. Right, I'll do them, I guess. And that's it. For now. Do you guys want to see me do the unlocking of these two on stream? I suppose I can. I could just save them for an extra stream. I don't know how long they'll be. And I'm kind of wrecked after MSQ. So I think just leveling up my alts should be my top priority, and getting geared for extremes, because, you know, gotta get geared. So I'll save to doing those, these two quests, next time, which will be sometime next week. I guess we'll be doing Pandemonium next week as well, because I'm pretty sure that's out next week, or is it out now? I don't know. I could check, hang on. Quick check. Okay, the Pandemonium Rage version will be released on the 21st of December. 21st. Which is next week. Yeah, it's next Tuesday. So, next week we'll dip into that. We'll probably dip into the dungeons first. We'll do these dungeons, and then we'll dip into the Raid series. Pandemonium. I think that sounds like a good plan. You don't think you'll do the extremes? Ah, you're just saying that now, Jess. You're just saying that now. You'll get there. You'll get into the mindset, I imagine. I don't know if I'll go heavy into the extreme rating. I just want to be geared in case I want to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to do it yet, but we'll see. Anyway. That's it for me. I'm done. I'm going to reflect on all of the lore and MSQ stuff. And I suppose last thing before I dip out, I suppose I have no current theories of what 7.0 will be, but maybe when everything is done, like we've gotten the extremes, we'll get the raid series out of it. Maybe then I'll see if I can come up with an idea, because I have nothing right now. I have no idea where we're going after this. Like, what's after this? We've beaten gods. What could possibly go wrong now? I mean, right? Right? Right. I'm gone. I'll see you all next time. Oh, I'll be streaming tomorrow, all day. Tomorrow. Be there. A non-spoiler, non-Endwalker stream. I'll be on my Bunny Boy alt again tomorrow. So I'll be back in AR stuff. So, yay! So spoiler free for people who want it. Me neither, no theories at all. Yeah, maybe it just needs to sit with me a little longer. But yeah, all day stream tomorrow at, I don't know what time. 12 o'clock? 12 o'clock. I'll start at 12, end at 12. That sounds like a plan. Yeah. See you then. Bye!